Hello, my name is Holland Timmins, also known on my channel as The Connoisseur. Today we'll be taking a look at the Rocketeer Steelbook Edition. Um, the Rocketeer is a 1991 superhero film starring Billy Campbell as Cliff Secord, aka the Rocketeer. Alan Arkin is his best friend Peavy. Jennifer Connelly is Jenny, his actress girlfriend, romantic love interest, and Timothy Dalton as Neville Sinclair, and Errol Flynn Wannabe, who is also the film's antagonist. Um, this film was released in 1991, and it didn't do as well as Disney wanted it to, mainly because it went up against the likes of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and then Terminator 2 Judgment Day came out, and that pretty much spelled curtains for this movie. But it's gained a cult following over the years, and honestly, I was among the first people to ever really. I was among the first people who ever really gave this movie a chance. I don't remember whether I saw it in theaters, but I definitely had it on home video, and this is my favorite superhero film of all time. Because it's not really about the superhero, it's about the character and his cast of friends and enemies. It's really a character piece that just happens to have a superhero in it. And that's what I really like about it. It offers a snapshot of a period in time before World War II really began, and shows like the pilots and shows like the difference between the normal everyday folk and the Hollywood elite, which is fine. I think that it definitely does pay off if you know a lot of trivia about this time period, because it really is faithful. It's about Cliff Secord, who, after crash landing due to mobsters being chased by the FBI, he finds a rocket pack in this dusty old plane, and he figures out that it's something you wear and fly around with. While at the same time, Eddie Valentine, a mob boss who is hired by Neville Sinclair to find a rocket, to steal a rocket from Howard Hughes, well, they're looking for Cliff Secord, who they don't know yet has the rocket pack, but they're looking for. I'm messing up. Anyway, Cliff Secord all the while is figuring out how to fly this thing, and then one of his friends goes up in a dangerous airplane, trying to save Cliff's job because he's late. Something he's known for in the comics, being late. And Cliff Secord dons the Rocketeer outfit for the first time and saves his friend and flies off. And everybody, all the news outlets, find this Rocket Man to be definitely newsworthy of Flying Man, a Rocket Man. And they go to Bigelow, his boss, and ask for a name. And he's like, how about the Rocketeer? And he's like, that's great. So, he goes to the set of this Laughing Bandit movie, which is obviously The Adventures of Robin Hood, but done in the Rocketeer universe, starring Neville Sinclair. And he's talking to Jenny, again played by the lovely Jennifer Connelly, and telling her how he found this rocket pack, and she's completely uninterested. But Neville Sinclair overhears this and sends Eddie Valentine and his goons over to this cafe to find Cliff Secord, and meanwhile he's romancing Jenny at the South Seas Club. Cliff Secord has to go find Jenny, and again he dons the rocket pack, and he gets there faster than anybody else, and managed to meet manages to meet her, and it's actually unique in a superhero movie, where usually the superhero tells the girl that he's a superhero, and the girl automatically falls in love. Well, Cliff Secord, with his luck, is like, Jenny, prepare for yourself for a shock. Prepare yourself for a shock. I'm the Rocketeer. She's like, the Rocket who? Oh, for crying out loud! Have you read the papers? Oh, I've been working all day. And great payoff. Yeah, she doesn't fall over. She essentially is completely confused as to who the Rocketeer is. So I thought that was funny. Anyway, so ultimately Neville Sinclair kidnaps Jenny, but Jenny isn't like the usual damsel in distress. Actually, she's a pretty useful girlfriend. She actually finds these stolen rocket plans and like steals them from Neville Sinclair and finds out he's a Nazi spy, and there's the swap that has to happen. And again, for another time, the Rocketeer goes off to fight the Nazis, and Eddie Valentine is clued in as to who Neville Sinclair is working for. And, patriotism, because as he puts it, I may not make an honest buck, but I'm 100% American. And the Nazis appear, and there's a huge firefight, and the FBI appears, and ultimately there's this funny moment where the mobsters and the FBI realize they're on the same side, and then they continue firing, and of course, Jenny's taken up onto this dirigible, which the Rocketeer flies up to, and there's this great end fight where Cliff just punches Neville Sinclair, and he's like, "Where's your stuntman, Sinclair?" Sinclair just punches him right back, and he's like, "I do my own stunts." It's great. Anyway, so at the end, Howard Hughes shows up and asks Cliff what it was like, and then Cliff realizes that the plane Howard Hughes flew in on is actually Cliff's replacement plane, which ends the movie as he kisses the girl. And no, it's a great movie filled with adventure, romance, and a hefty dose of American patriotism. So I would totally recommend this movie to anybody who's interested in a superhero movie, or it's more about the characters than the actual superhero. The superhero only shows up for brief spurts of time, and about, I'll say 3 or 4 times throughout the movie. Most of the time, it's just about the characters, and that's what I like. They're thinking about making a sequel. I think it's a mistake, because 1, it's way too late to make a sequel, and 2, the way they're planning to do it, it doesn't have Cliff Secord in it. And really, the Rocketeer isn't really that much of a superhero title to be passed on. It's about the Rocketeer himself, Cliff Secord, and the cast of characters that surround him. I've shown this movie to people, and they agree with me. If they were to redo it with a different cast of characters, the way they want to do it, they'd totally change the story. And the story is perfect as is, so, yeah. If I were to rate this movie, I know I've been giving this rating a lot, but I have really great movies, and I would give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's definitely a great movie worth checking out. If you haven't seen The Rocketeer, totally check it out. Now, this is a Steelbook review, so as you can see, this is the front of it. It's a really cool back, as you can see. And on the inside, yeah, so that is the Rocketeer Steelbook. And I've been thinking about changing the format of this show for a bit. I am thinking about reviewing my Steelbook collection and my collectible tin collection of movies. think that's a good idea. Comment below. If you like this movie, if you like this review, please like. If you want to, please subscribe. And yeah, hit share or whatever you want to do, really. You know, people often wonder if I'm such a great filmmaker, why is it my internet videos are so shitty? And I'll be honest, I don't care about my internet videos really. It's just a hobby. I don't use my editing software that much for my internet videos. I use my editing software to a T for my actual movies. So, yeah, just don't care about my internet videos. Why do you think I don't use footage from the movies? Mainly because of the YouTube algorithm. I don't want to get flagged. I'd rather make my own original content rather than comment on somebody else's. But I do show the movies I own, and this is the Rocketeer Steelbook. So, yeah, please subscribe, and if you like, comment. This is the Connoisseur. Peace.